What's up, ghouls and gals? We are back with another one for you.
Another what episode of Horror We Trust.
What's your favorite scary movie?
And on today's episode, we are going to be reviewing
Evil Dead Rise. He has risen. She has risen.
Yes, from the dead.
Fitting, actually. It's
Yeah.
like close to Easter, you know?
Ooh,
Is that planned?
but
Last minute? Oh, man.
Too funny.
I'm not even going to say it.
She's getting into jokes here.
Well,
Folks, yeah, we saw this movie.
it's probably been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Or it'll probably be 3 weeks when you hear this that it's been out. But,
Hopefully, not as long.
but anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw this in theaters. Did you see it in Dolby? I saw it in Dolby.
I saw it well, in my theater it's not called Dolby.
It's not called Dolby.
It's not called Dolby. It's called XD.
But you had the seats that
No,
moved?
that's the D-box seats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
no.
was like, that would be great.
It's just called XD, and it's like Cinemark's equivalent of like IMAX for like
fucking
AMC or anything like that. Bigger screen, better speakers.
Yes.
It was so loud.
Yes.
That it was making my chair vibrate during some of like the screams in the film. I was like,
I think we felt the same, yeah.
yeah.
Truly the way to see it. A horror movie, at least.
Honestly, I was not
movies.
upset that they dialed it to 10. It was necessary, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she was screaming, it was just oh my God.
Yeah. And her scream.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Okay, before we give away any spoilers, let's go ahead and I will read the synopsis of Evil Dead Rise. And the film goes as a twisted tale of two estranged sisters whose reunion is cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. Rise.
Nice. That's a good synopsis.
Yeah.
Directed by Lee Cronin,
Mr. Lee Cronin.
who notably did a smaller horror film called The Hole in the Ground.
An Irish horror film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Irish.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Wait, it was on Netflix. Now it's on HBO Max. That's where I watched it.
But
Sorry.
definitely worth taking a look at if you want to see Lee Cronin's earlier work.
Yeah, and I can definitely see some of the inspiration.
Yeah.
Or like I could see why Sam Raimi and just, you know what, this guy would do good.
Yeah.
Because yes, I agree and I see where it came from. Very cool to like look back on his earlier work and see how that like developed into this mad, gory bloodbath in a freaking gothic ass looking apartment building in LA.
So the two sisters are the actresses Alyssa Sutherland, who plays Ellie, and Lily Sullivan, who plays Beth.
Yeah, baby.
What a wild ride. So first initial thoughts. How did you feel about this movie? Did you go into it excited? Did you have any, expectations? And then overall, how did you feel after viewing it?
This was definitely one of my more highly anticipated movies coming into the new year. So I was very excited, especially after seeing the Red Band trailer, which we had talked about in another episode.
Okay, should we explain that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the trailer had been dropped for this movie, and I think you sent me the trailer, did you not? Or did we just,
Probably.
I don't know. Either way, watched the trailer, and I was just kind of like, I don't know if I want to see this. Not because anything, okay, there's no negativity towards the film, but it just did not feel like an Evil Dead film from that first original trailer that I saw. It just felt very like haunted house, insidious, conjuring kind of contortions and something lurking in the darkness kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? This can't be Evil Dead Rise. Like, this can't be what it is. So I just took my merry ass over to YouTube and searched up the Red Band trailer. And I was like, okay, this is the Evil Dead.
This is more like it.
That I was expecting and that I was hoping to see in the trailer. So, yeah, I was very, very excited after that. But please, go ahead.
Yeah, so the Red Band trailer did get me really excited. I was like, you know, some of the key, I guess, stunts or just like torturous clips that they included, like obviously the cheese grater, now infamous. I was like, oh damn. And like the scalp rip in the trailer, you know, I was like, oh, we are in for a ride. Yeah, so very excited going into it. I guess my expectations were kind of high because I did love the 2013 one so much. And these two are more of the, like, you know, obviously modern, well, just the newer ones.
Yeah.
So I guess coming off of that.
You're not wrong calling it more modern because, I mean, the last one, it's been 10 years since the 2013. Yeah. So, yeah, totally.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's weird to think about that way, right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and I don't know, did you want to talk about your expectations or the opening?
I mean, aside from that whole trailer story, I think I was very reserved on my expectation. Not because I didn't think that this movie could do what it ended up doing, but I was a little nervous because I hold the 2013 Evil Dead so high in, like, just my regard, I guess you could say, that I was very nervous. I was like, okay, are they going to be able to pull out all stops the way that one did? Or is it not going to live up to it? But I was like, you know what? I need to go into this having full confidence that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are not going to let their kind of child just blow away by the waysides and not do well. Right. So regardless, of course I'm going to see any Evil Dead movie that comes out. So I was like, you know what? Let's go. So went and saw it, and I would say it exceeded my expectations. Yeah. And I was very, very, very happy after the fact. And I would say I was pleasantly surprised.
More than satisfied.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
And just right off the bat, I just want to say that Alyssa Sutherland's performance as Ellie was pretty amazing. I feel like, especially since 2013, just kind of that's also held in a high regard is the performance of the main possessed.
The Deadites.
Demon.
Yeah.
Deadite.
I totally hear you.
And she was obviously, like, I feel the main draw in the trailer.
Yeah.
And the pictures, you know, the first picture we saw from this film, from the set, was the, like, peephole picture of her in the peephole. And I was like, oh my God.
Dude, she is scary.
Yeah.
She's creepy.
She is. There's something about her.
There were some moments where she was just smiling.
Yeah, that smile.
And I don't know. It stuck with me. And I was like, this chick is scary. Like, she's creepy.
They really just used her features to
their advantage.
Yes, to their advantage completely. Her mouth, not only the smile, but when she would scream. And I know obviously there's probably some digital effects,
of course.
But still, like, I don't know, it just the way it was open and gaping.
And then she was just very tall and lanky too, and I think that was used to their advantage as well, and it just made her quite frightening. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I guess the opening was...
Yeah. Should we give a spoiler warning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go into spoiler territory now. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't seen the movie, press pause, go see it, and come back to us.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay. So the opening.
Which I guess obviously you're kind of expecting to see the usual camera flying through, you know, to start off. But the way
through the woods.
Which they do.
Yeah.
But then they kind of fake you out, and it's like the perspective of this drone whizzing by.
Which I genuinely loved, because I feel like that is so just Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That it wouldn't have felt like Evil Dead without that just like roaming through the trees kind of shot. And I love that they kept it in there as a little fake out.
Yeah, and I loved that fake out with the drone just was another way that they kept it fresh and modern. Just, it was like kind of expected, but then they twist it and you're like, oh shoot, that's cool and different.
Yeah, I agree. And I will honestly say I really enjoyed the cold open. I don't want to get into the title scene yet, but just the cold open itself, I think was very, very just on the nose, because I feel like we all knew what we were getting into with Evil Dead being like taking place now in an LA skyrise. So being thrust into the middle of the woods, we were like, I was like, wait, what's happening? Why are we back in the woods?
Who
and
are
it was
these
just
people?
Kind of exciting. And it gave us that little taste that we were missing being in the LA high rise. So I was really excited to see that as a cold open. And I feel like it was a very effective cold open.
Yeah, a lot of great callbacks to its roots.
Yeah.
And obviously you would expect it to, but just in smart ways to where, like you didn't expect it and it made you excited and it built up the anticipation and like the dread of it.
Can we talk about how scary the character was just like sitting there reading Wuthering Heights in her like possessed voice?
All the voice changes where it would start out normal and then start, those always get me.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't see them, you can't see the face. So you're left to your imagination just thinking of like this twisted ass.
And you're just staring at her back for an uncomfortable amount of time.
And you're just dreading for the turnaround, the reveal, which is just beautiful. I love moments like that. That stuff makes me so excited in a horror movie.
For sure. And then I have to give it so much praise to the title card.
Mm-hmm.
I was like out of my seat in excitement. And I like pumped my fist in the air and I was like, fuck yeah! And my friend was like, Christine, and I was like, I'm so excited.
Hold it down.
It was just such a fucking brilliant way. Like the physical rising of the character. and then to just have Evil Dead Rise title just, come up from behind her.
Yeah.
I was so excited and ready for the ride at that point. I was like, okay, that was the triggering moment for me to be like, this is gonna be fucking great.
Yeah. And I've been seeing the title card just blowing up, or just people talking about it, just blowing up on Twitter.
Oh my God, it was so great.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Like, I love how horror movies are getting more creative with their title cards. I love how some have done like the smash just red bold lettering just like bold lettering with like real high tempo music.
Yeah.
The
scroll.
Up,
the scroll up.
Yep. Yeah. I really, really, really like this title reveal.
Yeah.
It was so brilliant. So brilliant.
Title cards in horror are one of the most exciting things to look out for now as a horror fan. You just get so excited to see like, how do they do it?
And as soon as you see a creative title card, you're in for a fucking joyous ride of a movie.
Yeah, definitely. Kudos to whoever.
Yeah, definitely. Whoever had that creativity in their mind.
Yeah.
Props to you.
Yeah, and I think it was what's the production? Ghost House Pictures?
Yeah, I think so.
They released like a clip, like a screenshot of that part of the script as they wrote it out. And I was like, oh, nice. Yeah. Great.
Love that so much. But yeah, and then what was interesting too is you kind of are left once the film kind of takes off and gets going of like, why was this beginning out in the woods?
With this different group
of people.
Now we're switching.
In a different landscape and in a different area. And now we're switching to the high rise.
Yeah.
But we find out later in the film how it ties all together. And it was brilliantly done. Chef's kiss.
Definitely.
Like perfect kind of loop, full circle.
Yeah. The pacing in this movie and just the unfolding of the narrative itself was just very well done.
I agree. But I almost, dare I say, it felt too short.
I could see that.
I
want
really
more.
would love to see a director's cut of this film with just like anything that they cut last minute, because I feel like some of it just didn't quite, what's the word? It didn't quite feel digested all the way, if that makes sense. So for instance, getting into the beginning of the movie where the kids, like after the earthquake, jump into that like hole in the ground in the parking structure to find
the old bank,
the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, okay, why are you out here wandering around? Why of all places to look did you decide that was a good idea to jump down? And then of all the things that you could have been looking at, you decided to just grab this one book.
It's horror, baby.
Which I get.
Dumb decisions. I'm just kidding.
Totally get. I understand that, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, I kind of wish we would have seen a little more in that area.
Also, the little details that they planted in that old bank room underneath the ground with the like all the hanging crucifixes, which I guess I get it gives you enough information to okay, something's down here, and like
it's not a lack of information at all. It's just I wish we would have sat there a little longer.
Yeah,
it just feels too clean of a cut, and I just would have liked to linger in the spaces a little longer.
We want more.
Yes.
Just give us more.
But I think that's all. And that's again me being very, very, very nitpicky.
Right.
Because there's really not a lot there's not a lot of fat to trim off of this film. I think it works pretty well. But
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see a director's cut.
But it would be fun.
And then obviously they pull out this disgusting looking book. Creepy.
I have to ask.
Yes.
Do you like the look of this Necronomicon?
I did. I thought it was pretty cool, and obviously like none we have seen before. I did like the like teeth that were basically closing. It was a little dramatic per se. Like
no,
maybe.
I'm not laughing at the drama of it. The teeth remind me of this stupid fucking movie. God,
Finding Nemo?
I don't even remember.
With the light?
No. No. Oh my God, it was the teeth on the Necronomicon reminded me, I don't know why this randomly popped into my head, but as soon as I saw the little teeth on the side of it, it reminded me of this old horror movie with Henry Rollins called Feast. And it reminds me of the teeth on the creature, and that's all I could fucking picture. Now, I'm gonna show you a photo.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. That's pretty accurate. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, the Necronomicon is its own character, and I thought it added this new detail that I hadn't seen before that I thought was creative, and especially when it gets like more interactive and it opens when the blood trickles on it and gets sucked in like fucking Hellraiser or something.
Yeah, right.
And then it opens. It just adds more drama, but you're just like completely like building that dread again. You're just like, oh my God.
And I think what makes it even cooler is once the records play.
Yeah.
By the way.
The records.
Did you notice that one of the records was Bruce Campbell's voice?
Yes.
But once the records play, you realize that there are 3 Necronomicons.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't want to take into account previous lore, that might mean we get 2 more.
Well,
or if you do, then we get 1 more.
Because I was reading, which I don't know, it was all just probably theory, but like that they established it in Army of Darkness. I don't know if that's true because I do not remember. But that there are more than 1 book.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But
I don't know if it was like the 2013 one is one, the original's one, and then this one's the third.
Oh, I actually didn't think of it that way. But the 2013 and the OG look very similar.
Yeah.
So
and it's a remake.
Yeah, and I don't really see that as like a different.
Yeah. So maybe 1 more.
But I like that theory. That's really solid.
Either way, it is very cool lore.
I'm just hoping for more.
Yeah,
that's it.
Definitely. Which I'll get into more of that, like hoping for what's next. Because got some ideas that I've seen in the ether.
Okay, I'm excited to hear.
But yeah, the records I thought were very cool, which I don't remember. Did the original was it a record? Because I do remember a voice playing, or was it like a cassette player?
God, I'm
a
so
terrible
embarrassed
fan.
that I can't remember.
Yeah, but
I think it was
like
tapes. Yeah, I think it was.
But yeah, I did really like the records and segmenting them.
Yeah.
Because again, it just builds onto like, oh, what's the next stage? The next stage.
Yeah.
And just the kids, like Danny being into music.
It just made sense.
It made sense. And another like way of modernizing it that felt right and like a seamless way to get this shit kickstarted.
Like totally
who's gonna be the one? Who's gonna be the dummy that reads it or plays it when they shouldn't have? You know. Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. God, the voice when it starts doing the chant. Just makes my skin crawl.
I know.
It's so creepy.
And I love how everything kind of swells when the reading of those words, like whenever you hear those words, you get that swell and
Kunda.
Don't you fucking dare.
I'm sorry. I don't even think that was the word, okay?
One of them.
Maybe.
One of them. One of them.
All right.
She would be the dumb bitch
person.
to say Candyman 5 fucking times to summon him. Or she would read the Necronomicon. I can't with her. I can't.
Okay, I think if I was actually in the situation,
you would read it. You would read it. You'd be like,
I would
oh
read
my
it
god,
in my mind, but I wouldn't say it out loud.
You'd be like, oh my god, how cool!
Check this out. Can you pronounce that for me?
Check it out. Look what we found. Oh my god, it actually has the real words. See, and reads them aloud.
No, you know what? You know why that wouldn't happen? Because you'd already have burned the book before I could even open it.
Probably. Smack it out of your hand. What are you doing?
Sanitize. No. And also going on with the book, what I did find kind of funny was like throughout the movie, how many times the pages would like start flipping, like so many times. I was like, okay, we get it. It's got like a mind of its own. It's going. But it was funny. But I do expect that. It's a feature. It's a character.
Yes.
It's great.
I agree.
So I guess getting into the beginnings of the possession.
Yes.
Of Ellie, the mom.
Oh god. So
I liked how, well, I guess, I mean, the 2013, it was also kind of a slow build to like the full force.
I don't think there was anything slow about this movie.
Yeah. I liked where you think she's dead and they're kind of like,
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that moment where God, the fly just lands on her eye and like walks across it. I was like, bro.
Yeah. And then the blink.
Yep.
Gosh, that's it's just such a great horror moment.
Yeah.
Which, okay, well, we don't have to explain everything. Just you'll see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we think she's dead at some point when she has been possessed. Which the whole elevator scene where she gets possessed.
Yes.
Where it like enters her. Okay, I don't like that phrasing. The way where it takes over her.
Yes.
Which, I mean, in the Evil Dead, it is usually an entering.
I kind of love that they didn't include some sort of weird tree rapey scene.
Yeah, we have had enough of that.
We've seen it too much, and we get it, and we understand. That that's in the Evil Dead universe. But it's kind of refreshing not seeing that this time.
But you still get the like autonomous. These weren't vines; they were cords, electric cords of the elevator,
which I think was a really cool new way of doing that.
Yeah.
That
whole scene was just like
it was great.
You just felt her It was just horrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe never want to ride in an elevator ever again.
I know. I think. No, I rode in an elevator. We have one at work, and I just kept looking up at the escape hatch, just like she's gonna come down. Yeah. And then she drops. She like falls unconscious. We get that great moment in the bed. She's her eyes are open. I wasn't expecting. Well, I guess I just didn't think about it, but it makes sense involving the neighbors because you're in a high rise. You got to involve the neighbors.
Which Honestly, I'm kind of glad they did. I think it would have been
too.
very unrealistic if
Yes.
they just kept it to their
Dude,
family.
in an
Like,
apartment building?
we get that the building is condemned
Right.
and that like they're being evicted and
Yeah.
whatnot, but like you can't showcase LA without having people piled onto one another.
Yeah.
It's just it's LA. So it was kind of nice seeing other characters being brought in, and it didn't feel like too many.
Imagine if there's a cutscene of like a next door neighbor, just the one where you just hear it from the other side.
Yeah.
In the other apartment, like, what the fuck is
Just
going
what
on
is
there?
happening in that room?
Yeah. Or like when the record's playing and it's saying the words and they're just like knocking it. Turn it down.
Knock it off.
Devil worshippers or something. Yeah.
Great. How about when she's making those damn eggs?
Oh gosh, dude! Even in the trailer, when that's like they have it in the trailer, and just the blood and the eggs is so gross to me. I'm just like, don't ruin eggs for me. No.
Yeah, agreed. I honestly think my favorite part of her performance is when they had locked her outside of the apartment and barricaded the door, and when she's talking to her youngest daughter and trying to convince her to open the door to let her in.
So creepy.
Yeah. Just the cadence of like her speaking.
Yes.
And how she oh god. It was creepy. It's creepy to think about.
And obviously just you're like, don't do it, but you know she's gonna do it.
Well, it's her mom.
Yeah,
like,
and it was such a well, like, she's hitting that voice hard. She's really playing it up.
And it was just, I loved like the POV shots where we would like, it would go and you would see her, the camera would be on the other side of the door, but then we would come back to where the kids are and then we would look through the peephole. It was just a lot of interesting shots to keep it like fresh during that however long that scene took.
Right.
Yeah, it was really great.
And to be honest, going into it, I didn't think too much about what would happen. Like, would the kids get possessed? Which obviously, looking back at old ones, you would expect them to, and they do, at least some.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't thinking. I was like, oh, when's it gonna happen? And oh shit, it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, the one scene where I forget, Bridget gets possessed, and you just walk into the kitchen and see her crouched on the counter with her head turned upward. Bro. And I don't know if this is the Mandela effect or something, but I could have sworn that in the trailer it was Ellie, the mom. I could have sworn that I thought it was her, but maybe I just didn't pay attention.
It was pretty quick too in the trailer, so it's probably
concealed.
easy to
Yeah. So I kind of wasn't expecting that, and so I was like, oh God.
Okay. We have to talk about the scene that everybody is losing their minds over. The cheese grater.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of it?
To be honest, it wasn't. It was cringy. It was intense, but it wasn't as bad as I kind of envisioned in my mind.
I agree. Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad, and I thought she was gonna go ham with the cheese grater.
Right.
I thought she was gonna go like one way and then just keep grating the shit out of her.
I mean that's tough, but
I kind of wanted it.
I wish they did. That would have really driven it in.
Because Evil Dead is kind of crazy like that. And I mean, again, I don't mean to compare it to the 2013, but if you look at the brutality that was in that one of just the tongue splitting, the scalding themselves.
They take their time with it.
Yeah. It spends time there. So maybe, I don't know. I would have liked some just with the fucking cheese.
Yeah, I agree.
That would have been cool.
Which, director's cut?
Yeah. But I think there were plenty more scenes that were way more just like, than the cheese grater scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The glass was pretty cool.
Yeah, the glass scene was...
crunchy.
Ugh. I couldn't imagine.
I did like how they fought back.
Yeah.
Like the little girl too, the littlest one. When she had her fucking, you knew that was gonna come into play.
What did she call that thing?
Oh fuck.
Something
Adam, do you remember her staff with the baby head?
Staff something.
It had this little baby doll head on it, and she used it to like scare off
Staffney.
So good. Clever. But didn't she have that to like scare off something she was scared of?
Yeah.
In, like her dreams or something? Yeah. And you knew that was going to come into play, especially when the head rolled off, and they're like, "Be careful with that."
It was kind of like, girl, that's a little creepy. Like, it just stuck a
which is
doll
also
head on
great,
the
because little kids do make up some creepy shit that is comforting for them. But you're like, whoa,
what is going on here?
But yeah, when she gets to use the staff, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was a good
cool.
scene.
Yeah.
And I thought it was creepy when they kind of subdue Bridget and they wrap her up with cords in the blanket.
Yeah.
And then she later rises again.
Oh.
And she just like drifts in
God,
from the
that
void.
was
creepy.
Yeah, that was creepy for sure.
Man,
so many moments.
Another great scare, or well, okay, it's not a scare, but just detail, was when Ellie crawls in from the shaft when Beth is listening to the records.
Yeah.
I love a good crawling in the background scene. That shit always gets me.
Hereditary.
Yeah, like Hereditary, exactly. It was gross. It was gnarly. You could see your spider fucking crawling in the back, and then just like the reflection in the mirror was haunting. And then, but specifically, I'm talking about the moment when she plays the record with her fingernail. And she opens her mouth so wide, and it's playing through her mouth. And then they do the push in to like zoom into her mouth. It made me so unsettled. It just made me feel like a little kid, you know, like I'm about to be eaten. I love that moment.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I did like the detail of like, just for the character, making Beth pregnant, finding out she's pregnant. And
okay, here's me nitpicking.
Okay. Oh, in the beginning?
I felt like the character, I forget her name, I'm so sorry, being pregnant.
Beth, yeah.
Beth being pregnant was kind of underutilized.
Okay, yeah.
I wish she had said something to her sister, and I feel like that would have raised the stakes a little bit, because her sister would have been she would have known that her Beth was pregnant, and it would have driven the stakes up, because now her sister is hurting her pregnant sister knowingly.
Yeah.
And I think by keeping that hidden, it was just like, why bring it up?
Right, which you get like some cool scares where she sniffs it out. She's like, two souls?
Which yes, super creepy, but I wish they just would have played that up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a little bit more impactful.
Yeah.
But again, super nitpicky.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make or break the movie. I just wish that had been a little bit more. Yeah.
What was also something about her character that I thought was
surprised
kind of
you
funny.
remember that. I did not even remember her sniffing her, being
sniffing
like,
her
soul.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was creepy.
And then you're just like, no. And then she's like about to start like, digging.
Yeah.
I just think of, whenever I think of digging into a stomach, I think of, sorry.
Does she think about this often?
Classic horror fan.
What do you think of, Carissa? What do you think
I
of?
don't know. I guess when I see it in a movie, it makes me think of Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
When they really tear it, which it happens in multiple zombie movies, but specifically for me in Shaun of the Dead.
Well, I'm glad
into his stomach.
that this movie didn't only make me trigger other thoughts of different horror films.
Yeah.
But,
We got a problem.
don't just casually think of digging into stomachs, but,
I didn't mean it like that. But, oh yeah. Just another detail about Beth's character that I thought was kind of funny or just a little shaky was, when they kept making jokes about her being a groupie. Oh, yeah. And then thinking of like the first scene where she's introduced and she's like in this dirty bathroom and stuff. It was just kind of confusing because like, I was like, is she part of a band or like, and then they're calling her a groupie. Like, is she just following a band around or like, what's the deal with that? Like, I think so. Is it really necessary? But I think that, that was all that was implied was she was just kind of like the carefree aunt that did whatever she wanted and she was a groupie. She followed around a band and I guess that makes you kind of a cretin. No, which I don't know. I get what you're saying. I don't really think it was very necessary, but did it really make or break her character? No. But it was just, they fixated on that a little bit. Yeah. I did like Lily Sullivan, her like as an actress, did great as well.
Oh my God, dude.
sure.
She's so good.
And the kids were good too. Although I didn't believe in it as much.
Okay. Hear me out though.
Yes.
Because I felt the same way. I was like, I think Lily's, or excuse me, Ellie, the actress that plays Ellie, Alyssa Sutherland. I feel like she outshined everybody. And at first I was like, why? Like, why would they do that? And then I sat with it for a moment and I was like, dude, it was a blend. So it was the really phenomenal, outstanding acting that was like in the 2013 that we remember. Yeah. But then you get the really campy, B-rated, stupid of the OG. And I feel like this movie perfectly blended the two, where you get a lot of the realism, but a lot of the hokiness as well.
I actually was going to say that. I didn't think about that in regards to like the acting and the characters.
But I think the acting played a part in that. Yeah.
But I was going to say it did have much more of a blend of like the roots of the originals in the camp. Yeah. And like some silly moments.
Because I've heard a lot of people had negative things to say about the other actors and actresses, but that just makes me believe that they don't understand the campiness of it. And a lot of people don't understand the campiness of some of these films. Yeah. Which is a shame. Yeah. But I think it was intended to be a little hokey.
There were, because I guess I didn't attach it to those characters, but that completely makes sense because I was like, where is that coming from? Like there were a couple little moments where like when Ellie's kind of destroying the neighbors in the hallway and you just see bodies like flying by. And some people were like chuckling and I was like, this is like old school, Evil Dead. Yeah. But yeah, definitely I see that now. It completely connects with the characters too and their portrayal and being a bit
And I think silly. That kind of pushed my love for this movie a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Which I was like, this is a really nice blend. But I will say, I really miss the maniacal, just frenetic violence of the 2013.
Right. I agree.
I miss that a lot.
Adam and I were talking about that in the car afterwards. And I think I was trying to think of I think we will get into some rankings towards the end of just the franchise. But I think Evil Dead, I did enjoy more. Evil Dead 2013, I did enjoy more because of that. It was like relentlessly brutal.
It was just something.
The effects too.
Something about that just in your face violence that the 2013 had. Just, I don't think compares to this one at all. Yeah. But again, I don't want to put them toe to toe because I think they're two very different installments.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is in no way putting Evil Dead Rise down. No, not at all. It was very fun. And we have a preference for one.
I think that 2013 I would not use the word fun for.
Yeah.
But this one was fun.
Right. The 2013 one was a horror movie, like one that it's been a while since I had seen one like that had made me kind of scared to go to sleep because I was just envisioning Mia.
Did you see the 2013 in theaters?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah.
I remember that theater experience. Everybody was pin drop quiet.
Yes.
And I remember leaving that theater and everyone looked like they had just come back home from war. Everyone's face is just like, what the actual fuck did we just see? Yeah. And there was excitement there, but it was brutal.
And you know what? It's stuff like that all these variations in a franchise that make me just love the versatility of horror, but also just of franchises in general. Yeah. And like, it is easy to shit on some long-running ones, especially like, you're completely like entitled to your opinion. You can not like it, but like there is some beauty to be found in people trying to like do a remake or a reimagining because you get shit like that. Yeah. Yeah. And then, they can build off each other, just coexist and like just bring different kinds of fans to a certain franchise. We rise.
I agree. Okay, so the ending of this movie. Mm-hmm. What did you
Oh, like okay, yeah.
Well, what did you think of the monstrous
The
Deadite towards the
Ooh.
end?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty practical for the most part,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Until like
The wood chipper. Yeah.
Which, when they briefly show that in the beginning during the earthquake in the parking lot or whatever, you're like, oh, that's going to be used.
Yep.
That's coming into play. But it was pretty creepy, but also campy at the same time. Again,
Yeah,
because
totally.
They're like, grinning and shit.
Again, do you not want to know what that reminded me of?
Boop, bop, beep. What?
Instantly, when we saw this creature, I turned over to Elena and I was like, dude, she's like, what? This reminds me of Child's Play 2 when Chucky got stuck in the glue machine and they started attaching random limbs to him.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's exactly what this thing reminded me of.
You're so specific. That's so funny. That makes sense.
I think it's because like Child's Play 2 scarred me as a fucking child.
Yeah. Yes.
And so those images are like burned into my brain.
Check out childhood trauma episode.
Yes. But that I just could not get that out of my head and I was having such a fun time with it from there on out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the scene when they all converge and they start ripping off their limbs. You can't see exactly what's going on. You're like, oh god, what is happening? Doing? I thought they were just tearing her apart, but
did you?
But it was more. There was more to it. Yeah,
that's funny.
Oh yeah, that thing was nasty.
It's pretty creepy.
Oh, the elevator full of blood.
Oh god, yeah.
That
little
was
shining ode to.
Yeah, it's always
that was really, I kind of liked it. It was clever. It was just like the weight of the blood dropped the elevator and then it just spilled out everywhere, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so in their face, right? Yeah. I was going to look up how many gallons of blood they used.
Dude, it had to have been an obscene amount.
They used a whopping 1,700 gallons of sticky movie blood.
You're kidding.
1,700 gallons.
I'm curious because in the 2013 we had Blood Rain.
Right.
How many gallons did they use in that one?
Let us see. Very close. Almost the same. 1,717 gallons.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I mean that blood chipper. That what is that thing even called? Wood chipper,
right?
Wood chipper? Is it a wood chipper?
Yeah, wood chipper.
Yeah, that wood chipper.
Tree muncher.
It was just a spray of blood.
Yeah.
And I want to admit, like, I was kind of like, did this kill the Deadite?
Mm-hmm,
or is that blood gonna like absorb back together and create another like?
Or I was worried it was getting all over Beth. I was like,
I know.
It does like digest, like it's gotten in her mouth, probably. Maybe. Even when it like splashed when the little girl was in the elevator, I was like,
yeah.
Which it could be cool to see a little girl Deadite for sure. I'm down.
Kind of hope for that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Guys. Place your bets.
Place your bets. They probably wouldn't let that happen, though. I feel like that would be a lot of MPAA regulations to get that shown on, on a theater screen.
I loved which this is probably, obviously Evil Dead takes it to a whole nother level, but like in Dawn of the Dead, the 2006, when the little girl zombie, that was scary.
But I feel like zombie and Deadite are different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like it's in a whole nother level, but.
Yeah.
So you read from the same article you said they're both the same. It's the same article, but Evil Dead 2013 used around 70,000 gallons of fake blood, which is like the world record for one.
Wait, okay. Okay, so I must have read the
okay, so 2000 Sorry, so 2000
the same thing and it brought up the Lee Cronin quote. So this one was 1717 gallons, but 2013 was like almost 70,000.
What the fuck?
I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. Because
how many takes they have to do?
Yeah, and this one had one elevator full of blood and then a wood chipper and then random stuff throughout the movie. But 2013 literally had a whole
exterior.
Like how many minutes of just pure fucking blood rain.
And how many takes did they have to do with that? Get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Wild.
a long
Yeah.
while of it
Yeah.
raining blood too.
Yeah.
And you get the chainsaw scene where they gotta do that a bunch of
God,
times.
I'm such a sucker for blood rain, dude.
I know, for blood rain.
Just blood
from
rain.
Blade
From
to...
Blade to Nope to fucking.
Yes,
I just
the
love
best.
the blood rain.
We're gonna throw a party where it's raining blood.
Yeah. We're gonna do a screamathon. Just have it rain blood.
While we're watching. You have to constantly wipe your eyes, wear a poncho, and goggles with wipers. I thought both Evil Dead 2013 and this one had some great chainsaw final.
I was so happy to see the chainsaw.
Yeah.
The
It was
chainsaw, yeah. I was like, yeah.
Especially with that monstrosity.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
I agree.
They were both those scenes were great.
The very, very end.
Ooh, where it ties together.
Yeah.
They bring it right back around town.
Right back around.
Yeah.
The character from the beginning
Who was possessed.
ends up driving her little car. All possessed.
Yeah, she was a tenant there or visiting someone there or something like that.
I think she was a tenant.
Yeah. And she was leaving. She walks into the parking garage on the phone with the cousin that she went to the cabin with, that she tore her scalp off.
Fucking scalped.
Scalped. Yeah, which I think she wait, no, she probably didn't survive because they just cut after she rises from the lake.
You're not gonna survive the scalping, bro. You maybe have a few
Mythbusters. We should do a horror Mythbusters.
How would we find out, though? You want to be first, bro?
Just have a conversation with the doctor. No, just kidding.
Goodness. Watch your hair, Adam. Watch your hair.
Oh, that's crazy. Ugh. Scalping is hard.
I kind of like how we got gore in the movie within like the first 2 minutes of the film even starting.
Oh, yeah. True.
It just kind of let you know how the movie was gonna go.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right, overall, how did you like Evil Dead Rise?
I really, really enjoyed it. Are we gonna get into like our rankings?
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it surpassed my expectations.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised, and I had a really good time. And I would definitely rewatch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Rewatchability.
Excited for the physical release.
Yeah.
I hope.
I really hope they make more. I really do. And I hope it doesn't take them 10 years to make the next one.
This one, and just the franchise in general, I think is just for horror lovers. You know?
Yeah.
You get a bit of everything in the franchise. You get a taste of like straight horror, camp horror, a blend.
And I think it's one of those franchises where people don't really have anything disrespectful to say about any one installment.
Yeah.
People seem to generally like all of them.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes it might not be your thing, but I feel like
the people who do like Evil Dead,
it's like pretty
it's pretty general all the way through. And like people have favorites, but there's not one that they're like, oh, I hate this one.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rankings.
Okay. You go first.
Oh, God. Okay. My ranking. Oh, fuck. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And I keep battling with these two. Okay. Evil Dead 2. 2013. Evil Dead 1. Army of Darkness. Evil Dead Rise.
Nice. Okay. Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2013, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead Rise, Army of Darkness. But honestly, it's because I never finished Army of Darkness.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
Enough.
Adam and I watched it, and I'm
No, I get you. But our top 3 is there for the most part.
Yeah. And I really want to finish it because I know it is such a good time.
It's fun.
I've seen several clips and several pictures from it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
It's not like
Right.
the other Evil Deads,
Yeah.
but it's very fun in its own
Yeah.
right. And it's just wacky fucking Bruce Campbell. And
definitely.
you can't hate on that.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
I was just going to say that. We forgot the show.
I actually haven't watched it.
I haven't finished it.
Nice.
I watched quite a few episodes. There were some episodes that genuinely freaked me out.
Ooh.
I think it was good. I just don't think it had the, what's the word? The kind of keep you there
Okay.
draw to keep you watching.
Damn,
as like
quick draw.
some of the other films did.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah.
We have to ask you. First, what did you think of the movie? And then second, can you rank your ranking?
Yeah, so I really liked the movie. I was pleasantly surprised. I think that the tone was probably the most surprising. Like the fact that they maintained some goofy moments, like spitting a guy's eyeball into another guy's throat.
God! Yes!
His mouth.
I
Yeah.
forgot about
Someone
that.
else's mouth.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh my god.
that's incredible.
Yes.
That's
very Evil Dead.
I would say probably Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2013, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead Rise. Well, that's all? I did that one. Oh wait, no, I didn't, huh? Oh shit. Okay.
Start over?
I might do that after Army of Darkness.
Okay.
It is OG. I love it.
Yeah.
But Army of Darkness is probably the movie I've seen more than any other movie ever.
Nice.
So that's gotta be up there.
Nice. Love it. I
really
like
wanna watch
that everyone puts Evil Dead 2 as number
Yeah.
one. I love that for us.
Dude,
Yeah.
let me tell you, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if I watched the second one because I think I was just on Netflix or like this was early Netflix. Well, not like mail to your house Netflix. It was the very early days of it being a streaming platform.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if I saw Evil Dead 2 or the original first, but I remember seeing them both and I was very confused because it's like it's pretty much the same movie. Like
Yeah.
the same stuff's going on. I don't get it.
If I
was
recall
confused.
correctly, I think the reason why Evil Dead 2 was made and it's almost a remake is because of some sort of licensing laws with the first movie, and they ended up just making Evil Dead 2 the way that they originally wanted to make the first Evil Dead.
I do understand the differences now, and like, yeah, Evil Dead 2 just is like,
It's just good.
it's just iconic.
Yeah. But I love them all.
Yeah. I know,
love
and
them all.
again, the ranking is like it's super hard.
Super
None of them
hard.
are bad, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
Okay, so theories.
Oh yeah, I did see.
One theory that I heard that I think would be so fucking cool. So people are saying that when the records are playing and you hear Bruce Campbell speaking over the record and kind of saying the summoning, that it's actually Ash trapped in another dimension in the Evil Dead kind of world.
Nice.
And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. And I
They
hope
could-
they
They could do
expand on that.
for
Yeah.
sure. Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, but it's just Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Come on, one more. That's all we ask.
I mean, the theory that I was gonna bring up, which isn't really a full-fledged theory, it's just like an idea that having Mia from 2013, Beth from Evil Dead Rise, and Ash together, like fighting something, like a crossover between all three.
That would be fucking
Because
dope.
those two are like the Ash characters, or the protagonists, whatever.
I would love to see
Yeah.
Mia come back for sure. For
Which is-
sure.
Which that one was also cool because you get. Well, I guess that was also true to the roots of Evil Dead, where you
Because she is,
being possessed, but also being the
essentially-
protagonist.
yeah.
Yeah,
And she's essentially the new Ash.
yeah.
If you think about it.
Right. But yeah, that would be cool. That'd be a good time.
Yeah. Any theories, Adam? Anything you would like to see?
I'm not sure. Bruce Campbell did say recently he wants to make as many Evil Dead movies in the future. Like from this, like he wants to.
Oh,
just
yeah, I
keep
did see
on
that.
going.
Yes. Give me more Deadites. Give me all the Deadites.
Please.
I think as long as Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are attached, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because they seem to really be keeping like the lifeblood that is Evil Dead true in all of the movies that have what?
It's just like bloop for no reason.
That all of the lifeblood from all of the movies has stayed kind of true, and I hope they keep it going.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
it's, like they still have the rights to it.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah,
I believe so too. As they should.
There is an Evil Dead game. If you want to try it out.
Ooh, might be down. Might be too scared, but kind of down.
Yeah, it seems like kind of a battle royale type of like Deadites against survivors and Ash. You can play as Ash. You can play as different survivors or characters.
That sounds like
from
fun.
The originals. But yeah, the
do
Deadites. They definitely have some of the Army of Darkness ones.
Yes.
It looked cool.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
First, you need to see Army of Darkness.
I know.
Then we'll play.
Oops.
Especially
I know I'm missing out.
Adam
Okay?
has seen it so many times.
I
You
know.
need to see it once. Shame.
For shame.
For shame.
For shame.
All right, guys.
Mommy's with the maggots now. I'm just kidding. Mommy? Did she say mommy?
Yeah, mommy.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
Ew, you said that too spot on.
You have to add a little
Fly buzzing.
a little fly buzzing, a little like deepening or doubling of the voice. I don't know.
Well, guys. Hey, Krista.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go check the mail because I think somebody dropped off a book. I'm gonna see what it is.
Oh. At this hour?
I guess so.
Weird. You sure that's a good idea?
I don't know. I have some passages on the inside. Should I read it?
Please don't.
I will eat your soul.